everybody. All right, so like the big sign says, I'm Elan. I'm the co-creator and CEO of Exploding Kittens. Are any Exploding Kittens fans out there? We start out there? Yeah! Love being among friends. This will be fun. So this is the part of the talk where I'm supposed to brag. I'm supposed to tell you about how big the company is and all the companies I've started and how much money we've made and all that stuff. And it's all just to lend credibility to what I'm going to actually talk about. And I thought we'd try something different instead. Today, I want to tell you about the most incredible thing I have ever built in my entire life. And I think it's so cool, and I hope you find it so amazing, that it doesn't need all that other stuff. If it does, if by the end you're still not impressed, we can go brag about money and all that stuff, but let's just try this experiment. Sound good? Yes? Okay. All right. So this all starts actually with starting my company, Exploding Kittens. And about 10 years ago, it was just 3 guys in a garage, and we had no money for marketing. And we wanted to reach people. And in order to reach people, we have to go to these giant game conventions. And they're big, and they're noisy, and they're crowded. And when I say big, I mean they are really big. And when I say really big, I mean holy crap. Like, how do you stand out in this thing? And there's companies here that are spending millions of dollars on their booths. And I cannot pull attention from that. It's impossible. This is what I can afford, a little tiny folding table. But I thought we can certainly do better than this, because all this really is just a vending machine, right? You walk up, you put in some money, you push a button, you walk away with your game. There's no connection. There's nothing important happening here. But what if we just started there? What if I actually tried to build a vending machine? And instead of our booth, we'll put in a vending machine in the convention right there on the floor. And I don't know anything about building vending machines, but I have some very smart engineer friends who can certainly handle the interior. And so we got started. And this is version 1 of our vending machine. It's an old refrigerator box in my garage, and we just started hacking away at it. And I thought, well, absolutely, we can do better than this. So this is version 2, right? Yeah, starting to get there a little bit. This has all the things a vending machine needs. This has a bunch of buttons where you can pick the game. It's got this little slot here, the credit card reader, and it's got a screen where you can tell what's going on inside the machine to pick your game. But we can do better than that, too. So we added this extra button, this little rainbow button here. And it just says random item. Push the button, and a random item comes out of our little vending machine. And when I say random, I mean random. You might get a pineapple, a bag of rocks, a hot burrito, a janitor's mop. Like, just this machine could deliver 2,000 different random items out of this vending machine, right? How cool is that? And people started to line up. Now, at this point, you should be thinking, how is that possible? Like, how could we possibly build a machine like that? And I told you, those really smart engineering friends of mine are totally made up. I don't know any engineers at all, and I have no idea how to build this thing. So what we did was, out of this vending machine built out of cardboard and plywood, instead of filling it with technology, which we didn't have, we filled it with people. So this isn't a vending machine at all. This is actually a vending machine costume. And here's what it looks like from behind, no technology. And here's what it looks like crammed with all of us for, no joke, 10 hours a day for 4 days straight, crafting these things for people to try to just bring a little bit of joy and stand out at this ridiculous, crazy conference where we just are having such a hard time competing. And crowds started to show up. At this point, we've got like a 20-minute line to come up to the vending machine and push that button and see what happens. And that's great. That's great. But I thought, what if we could do even better than that? And what that meant to me is, what if instead of delivering random objects, what if we could deliver perfect objects? And now that's a tricky thing. Perfect objects are different for every single person. And so we got to get really creative here. And so what I did was I asked a member of my team to take a little walkie-talkie and secretly just go watch the line. Tell me who's out there. What are we dealing with? And one day he said, hey, Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons from Game of Thrones, is in line, or someone cosplaying. And you've got 20 minutes. And so we all quickly scrambled. What's the perfect object for the mother of dragons? And the answer seemed very clear. She needs a dragon egg. And we don't have any of those. But what we do have is some watermelons, some sequins, and a hot glue gun. And my team said, well, it's great. If you want us to bedazzle a whole watermelon, that's going to take about 3 hours. And we've got 20 minutes. So we all got to work, and we actually did it. And it looks beautiful, right? And so here's what happens. The mother of dragons comes up to our vending machine, and she pushes a button, and out comes, 5 seconds later, out comes a dragon egg. And her brain just misfires, what? And the crowd goes insane because they've just witnessed something not possible. This is a moment of pure magic. There is no way this can happen, and yet they all saw it happen. Let me give you another example. We heard that there was this kid waiting in line, and he was crying because he forgot his costume at home. And his mom was trying to help him, but he was just inconsolable, very upset. And he gets to the front, and we don't have any costumes backstage. So we took a roll of toilet paper, and we started unrolling it around him. And his mom was a very good sport. She was twirling him around in front of the vending machine. And the whole time, as he's spinning, you just hear him squealing with delight. And we built a mummy costume for him there in real time. Again, totally magic. And over the next 3 days, we just kept delivering the most perfect objects we could. We created unicorn fairies. When we heard someone was hungry, we would deliver hot meals to them. On and on it went, trying to figure out what does it mean to really, really shine a spotlight on a person and make them important. And as a result, the line started growing. And our little 20-minute line turned into an hour-long line. And the hour-long line turned into a 2-hour line. And our 2-hour line started to get so long that it started to block those multi-million-dollar booths. And then the line got so long that it went outside the convention. And then it went down the street, and then it went around the corner. And then our line was longer than the line to get into the convention itself, just to see this thing. So what's happening here? I think we all have an idea of how the world works, of what our place in the world is, of how the rules around us function. And then you walk up to this 10-foot-tall, fur-covered vending machine, and you push a button, and all of that disappears, right? And suddenly, it's like everything is conspiring to bring you joy. Everything's focused on you. Everyone sees you. They notice you. They want to embrace you and help you because you are, for a moment, just the center of the universe. And what I figured out in building this beautiful, magnificent, beautiful thing is that we can do this. I think that we, as human beings, are incredibly capable of taking such good care of each other. And we can deliver this over and over and over again. And we can shine spotlights on each other, and we can make each other feel seen and heard and loved. And all it takes to deliver this is just that little tiny desire to do just a little better than your previous step, and then you get to build it. And don't throw away your refrigerator boxes in your garage. So this is it. Now you've heard the story. Now you've seen my favorite thing in the whole world. And as promised, I'm way over time, but as promised, do you still need to hear me brag about money? Yeah, damn straight. Thanks, everybody.